Enough of the bell.
Welcome to Fantasy Sports Addicts Anonymous. My name is Tom.
Hi, Tom.
I'm a fantasy sports addict.
My name is Ryan.
Howdy, Ryan.
And I, too, am a fantasy sports addict.
Woo!
Remember Rajah Bell when he had hit a three-pointer and then the bells would ring?
No.
It may have been a Utah thing, but
Okay.
I don't know. Enough bell, goddammit.
That's enough, Bill. Yeah, so it's podcast 47. We're talking about the NBA draft again, but we're going to wrap the draft.
Yeah, 46th, our last podcast was the pre-draft party. And so this is the post-draft party.
I'm a little hungover, I'm not going to lie.
A little hungover?
Yeah, I'm feeling it today. You know, I'm in little hair of the dog here, nursing a couple of beers. Actually, let's just go into the news portion of this podcast. We're back on set.
We are.
Hey, and this podcast on set live from Grand Slam. See, that's how bad it is. Grand Slam Studios. Hey, brought to you by J Money Smooth.
Woo!
Thank you, J Money Smooth.
And I want to give another quick shout out to Rice White, who wrote us a awesome iTunes review. Thank you. Cheers.
Thank you. Yeah, so if you want to get a shout out in the podcast, all you have to do,
give us some money or say something nice.
Yeah, hit the donate button on the YouTube channel or say, you don't have to say anything nice. You just leave a review on iTunes anyways. Whatever. Hey, we'll give you a shout out. And there we go. Okay, so news. We're back on set. We got a lot of videos planned. We've got some good suggestions from people out there in FSAA land. We got, hey, go to that website, fantasysportsaddicts.com. And we got a lot of people out there just, you guys need to do a video about this next time you're hanging out. And so we're going to do a video about that.
And also, I lost the double down pie bet to Tom. God damn it.
I wasn't even going to toot the horn. I was going to ring the bell.
Didn't we say enough bell?
Yeah, get it out of here. Anyways, yes, you did. You went double or nothing.
I did.
We played each other, 2 weeks in a row? 1 week was your league. The next week was my league.
And you beat me in both of them.
Not just beat you. I mean, I fucked you right out the window. You lost. Oh, don't make the little chirpy bird face thing. Don't do that. No, don't. Listen, 11-1. 11-1. Okay, so I'm maintaining a bye week in both of our Dynasty Baseball leagues.
Sorry, we'll get into this when we make our pie video. I don't even want to get into it right now.
I told y'all. Hey, Let's see in hell. And so far, all right, so in my league, my team hasn't lost in 9 weeks. I'm going to be excited about that. And normally people would say, or we would say, act like you've been there before. In my case, for these Dynasty Baseball leagues, I haven't been there before. No, I have not. So, no, I won't act like I've been there before. I'll act like this is my first fucking rodeo, and I'm having just a hell of a time hooting and hollering. Fuck you guys all, and I'm going to win these leagues, both of them. It's my time. I finally have my Dynasty teams after years of torment and suffering and anguish. It's my time, goddammit.
La-di fucking
da. I'm calling my shot. I haven't lost in 9 weeks in my league, dude. And, by the way, let's just go over strength of schedule real quick. Yeah, last 5 weeks in both leagues. I mean, I'm basically just tiptoeing through the tulips. Like, woo! I don't have anything I have to worry about. Like, just backing it in slow. Playoffs are just a fourth, whatever. It's an afterthought now. It's about the championship. And I've never been there before, so I'm just real excited.
Welcome to the club.
Well, it took me a long time. Well, I mean, I was there last year, but it's not just the playoffs club. This is like legit title contention. I mean, there's 2 or 3 of us. Let's be honest. I mean, there's 8 teams that are competitive, and anybody could win.
Right, but again, the contenders, again, not everybody can be a contender.
And I've been just like
a pretender.
Yeah.
Not even.
What? Me?
You've been a pretender of a pretender.
No. What? Really? No. Last year it was a legit minus a Jose Fernandez start, which y'all got real lucky on. But this year, it's my time. Okay, so even with
okay, enough baseball. We're not talking about baseball. Shut up about your teams.
You know what? All right, one last thing. I don't give a fuck about anything else fantasy sports wise right now. I am so focused on those 2 dynasty leagues. I am just like eyes on the prize.
That was another video you were supposed to make.
Well, we're gonna.
Okay.
I'll do that.
Okay.
I'm gonna go nuts.
Go nuts.
Well, we got to do a lot of videos where we go nuts. That's the whole thing. We got a lot of videos coming up.
And we tend to go nuts. I don't know. Especially
I'm going nuts!
When we get on set together. Like, you think the Lost podcast was bad.
Well, we're not even that, we're not nearly that drunk. I mean, let's face it. Nobody's thrown a bottle or broken anything yet.
No. We're getting started. I mean, again, I'm about to crash out. I'm on like hour number fucking 22 of the day.
I'm about to crash out, and I'm on hour I don't know, 8 for the day. Yeah, I'm an old man. I need to take a nap. So, well, if I'm going to be playing your game, playing your schedule, yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be a late night. We're gonna do a lot of videos, and you're gonna get pied not once but thrice. Okay, I mean, because it's double or nothing pie bet, and 3 pies.
3 pies is what's coming my way.
Try pie for the rye guy. Terrible. I love rhyming. I couldn't help it, and I'm excited about it. I can't wait. I can't wait to pie you 3 times. That's why you don't make pie bets with Fantasy Satan in the middle of the season. The rest of it. Did somebody say? Fucked out a window?
No, nobody said it fucked out the window.
All right, speaking of fucked out the window, let's talk about the Boston Celtics in the NBA draft.
Okay, so you're going with Boston for being fucked out the window?
Well, we could talk about the New York Knicks. Wait, I don't think they took a pick in this draft, did they?
They didn't have a first-round pick.
Ooh, that's fucked out a window. That sucks when you got a crappy team like that. Hey, at least they got their home run with the Porzingis last year. They got lucky with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so party. We had a fun time pre-gaming the NBA draft, and now we're post-gaming the NBA draft. So what do we want to do? I mean, we want to talk about the obvious. There's
we'll just go through, the lottery, and then maybe mention some the later picks that we think have fantasy relevance or players that we kind of like, dynasty terms, and
right. Okay.
I mean, kind of like our pregame, but now we know who's actually going where and what all they're doing.
So you can project a little value.
Yeah.
I love it.
And there were quite a few surprises.
Well, let's face it. There were 2-3 trades going into the draft. Not necessarily draft impact, but somewhat.
But trades, yeah, there were a couple trades going into it.
So that was cool. Then of course there were a few trades in the draft, right? We saw
absolutely
Serge Ibaka get traded.
Yep.
We saw the Suns trade and get another.
Woo!
We'll talk about that more. I watched, I guess it was a video and a blog post about a draft recap. And just real quick, because I want to complain about it since you and I haven't talked about it. Somebody gave the Suns, all right, so everybody else got they got their draft grades. The Suns got a B. Or a B minus.
Draft grades is fucking stupid.
But they gave Philly an A for obviously taking Ben Simmons. You know what I mean? Golf fucking clap, I would have given them an A+ if they had managed to get the Celtics number 3 or something on top of that to go with Chris Dunn. But all right, I'm just saying, the Suns trading and getting 2 top 10 picks, basically getting the 2 guys they had heavily scouted and wanted the most.
Who they couldn't really decide.
They couldn't decide, so they had to have them both.
But we're getting there, and you're skipping ahead, going straight to the Suns.
The point is the vote. I didn't like that B grade.
Again, how do you give the 76ers less than an A+ where they had the first pick and they got the best player?
So if that's an A, why is the Suns going to get 2 top literally moonshot, literally, like aiming for
Well,
the
there's
stars.
risk and reward. Like,
It's still not. It's like not even at least a B+ or an A-. It's a B.
it's not in that person's idea.
Well,
I mean, again,
I've seen more than that.
Draft grades are fucking. I don't know. I don't like those. I never
all right,
have.
All right, I've just disagreed with all the ones I saw. I was like, really?
And
we were doing fucking cartwheels here.
Yeah, we were. I fucking loved what they did. Like, again, we were talking about program, and it's like, well, I want either
Marquise
Bender or Chris.
Yes,
and like, I was like, okay, I think I want Chris more than Bender.
Right.
But I was okay with Bender, and they got both.
They got both. All right, let's just go through. All right, so obviously the Sixers were picking first. After all these years of tanking, they finally got their number one. Again, they've tanked before, but they got their Ben Simmons, and then, of course, the fucking Lakers got their Brandon Ingram.
Right? Yeah, see, Ingram, he's number 2 or 1B or whatever. But I don't know. Me personally, I'm not nearly as sold on Ingram as a lot of these other people.
I like Ingram.
I know. I mean, a lot of people like him. Again, it's just kind of more or less watching like the pre-draft interviews and just the way he carried himself and spoke.
Okay.
I mean, again, speaking of like the way you speak and carry yourself, that's why the Celtics took Jaylen Brown.
Right. A lot of people scratching their heads, complaining about that. I know J Money Smooth was not happy with
He's a Celtics fan.
Yeah. JD Balla was okay with it, I think.
He's also a Celtics fan.
Got a lot of Celtics fans around here.
We got a lot of East Coast addicts. I don't know.
But yeah, you know what I mean? I still don't know why they didn't make that trade. Whatever. I guess they really like Jaylen Brown. Okay, cool. All right. So they got their Jaylen Brown. We'll see. What about his fantasy value? Limited?
At this point, yeah. I mean, I don't know what to expect from him. He wasn't expected to be going this high.
Okay.
But again, that's kind of the thing with this draft, especially after seeing all the mocks and talking about it to where the draft actually kind of played out.
Right.
But, I mean, I don't know. We'll have to just wait and see. I'm not going to be targeting Brown, at least before some of these other guys are a little later.
Well, so we know Simmons and Ingram are going to have immediate fantasy impact.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, what do you think? Simmons is probably going to be what? Normally, number ones, they go 65 roughly.
Well, all right. That's the other thing. What's going to happen with Philly in their front court? Because we got a lot of front court.
There's a lot of front court.
So is Philly going to make a trade? You know,
they should, but again, a lot of that depends on Embiid's health. Is Dario Saric actually coming over?
I mean, we know Philadelphia really wanted Chris Dunn. He went number 5. We talked about Dragan Bender went 4 to the Suns. No fantasy impact immediately there, I don't think.
I mean, again,
more Marquise Chris.
We said the same thing about KP last year.
All right, well, let's wait and see. We'll see about Dragan.
Well, what do we say? I think we said about KP last year. Euro trash.
Yeah, wait and see.
Not touching.
Don't draft. Wait and see if you can pick them up. Yeah. All right.
But, I mean, to be honest, almost anybody we ever talked to, said the same thing.
Right. My favorite was 5th player.
Chris Dunn. Yeah,
he's the guy I need in our dynasty leagues.
And as far as, fantasy value, I think he'll probably have the biggest return on investment as far as, the rookies and in this draft.
Yeah,
I'm
big on Chris Dunn.
Especially if Minnesota trades Rubio.
I hate Rubio. I've never liked him.
I know, but I have. He fit a lot of my teams.
Well, he did well on the All-World team last year. Hey, that's the whole thing about this draft. I'm loving this draft. It's very international. After the top 10 or so, well, even in the top 10, whatever. Look at all this. Look at all this. There's so many international players.
Absolutely.
This All-World team is going to be fun next year. I can't wait.
A whole team of rookies.
Well, there's going to be a lot of rookies sprinkled in there. Okay, so speaking of more rookies, Buddy Hield,
went 6 to the Pelicans. Now, is Eric Gordon, is his contract up this year? Was this his final? Is he a free agent?
I'm not positive.
I mean, again, I know the Suns had offered him a max, but then the Pelicans
match.
match.
Yeah, there's either one more year or it's done. I don't remember because that was a long time ago. Fuck.
Yeah, it is.
God, I'm so glad we missed that. Wow, isn't that lucky that the Pelicans matched?
Oh, I said that at the time where, like, the best thing that happened to us was not us being able to sign him.
Okay.
Yeah. So Eric Gordon is a free agent this year.
Okay.
That's what I thought. So, I mean, Buddy Hill, replacement. They lost the shooting guard, bring in another good shooting.
And then, of course, Jamal Murray going 7th after Buddy Hield.
Yeah.
Marquise Chris, he's got the fantasy impact for the Suns.
You think?
Yeah. I mean,
again, with the way that we have no power forward.
No, and he's the athletic motor, like he's what we need. I mean, we talked about it. He's like a combination of Amari Stoudemire and Sean Marion.
So in order to get
tricks.
Chris, the Suns traded the 13th pick.
And the 28th
pick and the rights to Bogdan Bogdanovic.
Not on this team anymore.
No, not coming over this year either.
Not coming over any year probably.
And like some arbitrary second-round pick. And
the second-round pick from 2020 that we got out of the Morris twins.
Yeah, whatever.
So trash the Morris twins, bringing a real power forward.
Woo! I don't know what the hell Sacramento was doing.
Why? Yeah, what?
And then even still later, like who they took with the 13th pick, I'm just going to go ahead and
all right, speed it up.
And jump ahead. They took the Georgios Papagiannis, the Greece center, who wasn't even necessarily projected to be a first-round player or a first-round pick by most of the experts or drafts. And then also – this is like their third center in a row that they've taken. I mean, they got Cauley Stein, they got Cousins, and then, I mean, they need a point guard, they need a shooting guard.
Yeah, because their guard situation's sad. Like, what's his name?
Well, Rondo.
Rondo's Collison, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. So, like, yeah, they have no guards.
I mean, Collison's a good guard. I mean, he's kind of one of those, like, sleepy, undervalued players.
Yeah, but they're not going to lean on him, and they've tried to lean on him. They know it doesn't work.
No, it works when they lean on him, but they just don't and decided to bring in Rondo. And
who's that shooting guard I used to have that I liked so much that I wanted the Suns to
Ben McLemore.
Who?
Exactly.
Who? Is there a fucking Allen? No, Ben McLemore. Whatever happened with that? What happened there? That's too bad. Remember his Ray Allen comparisons? So I was really skeptical about this year's draft, to be honest. That's why I gave up my draft picks.
Wait, sorry. Timeout.
What happened?
Train is asking about, you got to re-upload the Bronson Tom co-captain draft fell. He waited a half an hour for the stream, and it was over in 2 hilarious minutes.
What was this?
Okay, I think I remember this, where Bronson got into that baseball money league and wanted you to draft it for him.
Yeah.
But you weren't able to or something, and then you got pissed off and uttered some cuss words and killed the stream.
Wait, what? What? When did that happen?
At the beginning of baseball season. I don't know why.
Why are we re-uploading it?
I don't know why Sonic's bringing it up or should be re-uploaded. But he's saying he waited for a half an hour waiting for the stream to start because, like, we never start on time.
Right. Well, what happened? I don't even remember what happened. That was so many drafts ago.
Weren't we doing another draft at the same time?
Yeah, you know, the ironic thing is that I'm now so I left co-managing Bronson's team, right?
Right.
And then, like, Bronson and I recently became friends again. He's no longer super pissed.
Well, you stopped co-managing before that.
Right, because
of the teams, but then when we killed that dynasty league we had, you were able to get in on it.
I was. Well, and I had a lot of, I only had 7 teams on Yahoo for a minute. And
so now you're managing
Bronson's like,
money league.
Will you help me with my money league team? And I was like, well, yeah, I can help you out, little buddy. Like I felt charitable, I guess. I don't know.
I don't know. I just thought that was funny. Sorry, timeout's over.
I don't even remember what happened. What happened?
I don't know. That stream's dead and gone.
Did we delete it?
There's no re-uploading it.
Yeah, I don't think we re-uploaded if we deleted it. But I'm curious to know what exactly happened. Was it just me swearing a bunch? Like,
of course. What else is there?
What was there? What was like? Were there hard?
All right, move on.
Okay. Right.
Timeout's over.
All right. What do you think? All right, we skipped ahead a little bit with the Georgios
Yeah.
Papagiannis. What do you think about later on? Well, all right, Thon Maker to the Bucks.
Okay. Well,
what's his dynasty situation?
I mean, well, first Toronto took the Jacob Poeltl.
Jakob Poeltl or Portal or
however
the fuck you say it.
Basically, he is going to be Bismack's backup, or not backup, but replacement. Just more depth for Toronto. Like I think they pretty much have figured out that Bismack outplayed himself on their team.
Right.
Again, he's kind of unathletic, but I don't know. Again,
You think he shoves JV over to the power forward spot?
Absolutely not.
Okay, so he's just a backup center.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, he's a dime a dozen. Like shit, Andrew Bogut will probably have better end of the year stats.
I mean, so that's a top 10 pick in the NBA in this
Well, but
draft.
think about other drafts. How many rookies really are fantasy relevant?
True. Well, it's like we've always said. It's about opportunity.
Right.
So if we skip ahead a few picks, all right. So
you can't skip ahead picks. We got Thon Maker next.
Okay. What about opportunity there?
I don't think he's any real fantasy value this year.
Okay.
I mean, again, he's extremely raw. Like he's got some shot, but he's skinny. He's not very strong, and he's just raw, and he's a project.
And he might be 25.
Might be 25.
All right. What about Domantas Sabonis?
Well, this was another trade.
That was the Ibaka trade.
Yeah, it was Orlando that drafted him. Let's talk about this trade for 1 sec.
Okay, Orlando trades. What was it?
Well, the big piece was Oladipo. And then it was the Ghostface Killer, Ilyasova.
Okay.
And now the rights to Sabonis.
Right.
Or was that it?
That was most of it. That's the big part of it.
Yeah.
And right to Oklahoma City and
for Serge Ibaka.
Serge Ibaka. Now Ibaka gets a boost in value probably going to Orlando.
Right, he's no longer playing next to Westbrook and Durant, and again, he wants to have a bigger role on offense. Like there's talk like, oh, it's so frustrating. You play so hard on defense, and it's when you turn on offense, you'll be out there like 6, 7, 8 possessions in the corner and not touch the ball.
Right. So he wants to touch the ball.
Yeah.
He likes the way it feels in his hands.
And with Orlando, he's going to be able to. He's going to have
there's going to be all kinds
more
of
balls than he's ever been used to.
Yeah, that's a lot of touching the ball. So what about Oladipo, though? That's no good.
I don't like that for him for fantasy's perspective, and as a dynasty owner, I'm not happy about it.
Fair enough. Now, okay, so...
But at the same time, like, I don't know how well Oladipo fits in with OKC. Like, yeah, okay, they got more depth and younger and cheaper, essentially. But I just don't understand. Like, okay, they got Adams and Cantor, and now Sabonis on the front court. I'm like, yeah, Adams and Cantor, they can kind of, carry their own and all that.
Does Sabonis have fantasy value?
I mean, is a fringe bench big.
Hopefully, maybe.
Hopefully. I mean, that's kind of how I feel about a lot of these kind of centers and players where you're kind of at this point, you're just looking at more opportunities than anything.
Like Taurean Prince going to the Jazz, traded to the Hawks, you know.
Yeah, no, he's from Utah.
Trade, yeah, that's okay. So that was the Teague trade.
Yeah.
Okay, and that was what, Teague to the Pacers, George Hill to the Utah Jazz, and was it the pick? Is it just the pick?
Just the pick that went to Atlanta.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is Taurean Prince. That's I guess what they traded Teague for, power forward.
Yeah.
Now he's supposed to be what, the replacement for
Horford.
Okay. And then, of course, Georgios Papagiannis.
Yeah, which we kind of talked about. I don't know. Maybe Sacramento saw Giannis and got excited.
Hey, Giannis. Oh, wait. Wait,
Man.
That's his last name. Okay, and then the Bulls, Denzel Valentine. That's probably some opportunity there. Like, the Bulls are trying to trade away Jimmy Butler.
So I've heard. I mean, the biggest one that I heard was Dunn and Levine.
For Jimmy Butler. Wow. Okay, so there's probably some opportunity for this Denzel Valentine. Juan Hernan Gomez.
No, it's not Butler. Valentine, he's going to take over for Rose's spot. So Valentine.
Okay, well, that's all right. Well, I'm just saying I'm talking about just generally in the backcourt, the guards being what they are.
No, yeah. So I like Valentine a lot.
Fantasy purposes.
For fantasy reasons.
Okay. Now the next few guys: Juan Hernan Gomez and we're gonna sound like we're real drunk. Try to say it, buddy. Gershon Yabusele.
Yeah, and Juan Hernan Gomez.
All right, fuck those guys.
I don't know. The Denver, he's a stretch four, and he might play well in Denver's up-tempo offense. And again,
he sounds like a wrestler.
That sounds like a luchador.
Yeah, or more like, I don't know, just like some guy like a bullfighter or something like that. I mean, he is from Spain, but you know what I mean? I hear that name and I picture some guy with like bullfighting and like a matador thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Whatever.
All right. I'm really excited about the 17th pick of the draft.
Wade motherfucking Baldwin.
I was saying it on the website during the draft. This is your kind of player. This is your guy. This is where, like, in a dynasty draft where you traded away your first-round pick and you got, like, an early second-round pick maybe.
Well, I never have an early first-round pick.
Well, that's what I was going to say. Like, either a late first-round pick, an early second, or something like that. And you need to make your dynasty selection, your rookie player, this Wade Baldwin, point guard for the Memphis Grizzlies, like, replacement for Conley.
See, I don't know if you listened or been on the website, but there was Jordan from Dynasty B-Ball, the 20-team Dynasty League that I did, like, right after the season was over.
You did?
And we're doing the rookie draft now. And so my rookie draft slot was the 12th pick of the first round. So right where I normally am in most drafts or dynasty leagues. And so I actually used that pick on Wade Baldwin, and I was pretty happy with it.
That's awesome. I think, I'm happy about that.
And again, part of that was just opportunity. Okay, Mike Conley, free agent, most likely. I mean, again, he might come back. He might leave. I'm at this point, I'm hoping he leaves.
Yeah, well,
just for my selfish fantasy reasons.
Fantasy purposes. Anybody later in the draft that you really give a shit about? Well, I'll say this. I noticed there were a lot of players projected to go in the first round that ended up going in the second round. I think it's because teams started, like, stashing, like, European projects that are probably never going to come over.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I was reading an article talking about how many Okay, yeah, there's the few Euro players that are ready to come in and play right away and are kind of the exception to it. But I think out of like 19 of the last like 19 stash picks, I think only 4 of them are currently on a roster right now.
Makes sense. I mean, there's very few that have been worthy of stashing.
Right.
Or bringing over.
So actually 18th, Henry Ellison, he was projected to be a lottery pick, and he was someone who I was thinking that if the Suns still had that 13th pick, may have been a good one.
Okay.
Again, just kind of one of those stretch fours. Other than that, I mean, dynasty-wise, the anti-CSEC we were talking about.
Wait, look at all the punctuation on his last name. Look at that. It's like an emoji. There's like an angry face in his name.
Okay.
Look at it. It's like look at it. Look,
I see it.
There's eyes and noses and mouths.
I don't care.
Well, it's an angry name.
Not on here. It's not.
Zizek and Zubak. Remember the fucking Dr. Seuss novel we're gonna.
Right.
Zizek and Zubak.
Yeah, Zubac went to the Lakers at 32nd.
Okay, don't forget about Luwawu. Luwawu. Korkmaz.
Honestly,
there's so many fun names that we can't pronounce, Ryan.
For dynasty type purposes and later, San Antonio at 29th.
Yeah.
Took what's his name? Murray.
Try to say it.
Deontay.
Is it Deontay?
Dante.
DeJounte?
I'm just gonna say Dante.
Dante. How about just D Murray?
D Murray.
All right, so we're really bad with pronunciations. If you have,
especially
like,
Dejounte.
Yeah, like you're just setting your kid up to have a hard to pronounce name.
I'm just saying Dante.
Hey, my last name sucks too. Like I would never be like, hey, you pronounced it wrong, because I'd be like, if I never saw it before and heard it myself, I'd be like, what the fuck is that?
But again, I just think that's another still for San Antonio. And then when you're in
goddamn Spurs.
When you're in doing dynasty drafts,
don't sleep on anything the Spurs ever did.
Exactly.
Yeah, right?
Like take notice. And
yeah, especially if you're like picking later. Like
I mean, that's why like Don Maker, like, okay, again, we were talking about later picks, who do you like we are now. I was saying Don Maker was my dude, and he was actually the one who I was hoping to get in the 20-team dynasty league that I did.
Okay.
But that didn't happen because the Bucks reached on him. But at the same time, they got pretty decent track record of reaching for picks.
Yeah. Oh. Remember I told you, I called you, I left you a voicemail. What's his name? All right. Chi. But Shu Chi or something like that?
Something like that.
Joe Chi or something like that. Just like Joe Chi.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about the second round now. Like Houston Rockets drafted that big Chinese guy, Joe Chi. That's right, Joe Chi. We were talking about how do you pronounce it, because he was supposed to go in the first round. I remember that. And we were talking about
I don't know about that.
Well, there was talk that he would go in the first round.
Okay.
Joe, it's like Joe. It's essentially like Joe Chi. So it's kind of a plain name, but like we're all like Zuki? Like, what? We're terrible with pronunciations, and we're never going to get better. We can't help it. So don't hold it against us. Like, Franco is Franco, and Sager is Sager. And
we're addicts, not experts.
There we go. Okay, so Joe Chi. I like that. I'm glad I figured that out. I practiced
I
practice it.
I took interest on him and read up, and just kind of the shit that I saw, I wasn't.
You weren't impressed.
Yeah.
No. Is there anybody else in here that you're impressed by? Draft pool.
Honestly, at this point, it's just more kind of being active and waiting and seeing. And honestly, I'm not going to lie, where I can kind of do some research on these guys and re-scouting reports and watch YouTube videos. But really, how many second-round players have any fantasy relevance? Like, okay, yeah, we're going to do that 30-team dynasty league where we're going to be digging real deep.
Well, I was going to say, let's think about all the really great second-round NBA players out there. Like, I mean,
not too many.
There's a few.
There is a few.
Isaiah Thomas, IT2.
Yeah.
And Gilbert Arenas was.
Manu
Ginobili was.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? What's his name? The guy who used to play for Warriors. Now he's with the Pacers. Monte Ellis, my buddy.
Okay.
And who else? No. What was Kawhi in the first round? Kawhi was in the first round, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he was. All right, whatever.
He was the
yeah. Okay.
One second-round pick again that I kind of hope is the second round still is Tyler Ulis.
Ellis, yeah, for the Suns.
Yeah, I mean,
IT2 clone.
Yeah, he's little and fucking. I think I weigh more than him, which says something.
All right, so he can score from everywhere. He's just like a little speedster shooting guy, like.
Right. It's like, oh, who's he gonna guard? Well, who's gonna guard him?
Right. That's fun. That's a nice pick for the Suns. Yay! More guards. Gotta love our guards. We got a lot of guards. Whatever. They brought him in to play with Booker or something like that.
And a lot of Kentucky guards.
That's true. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Man, it was like a Kentucky.
I don't know. Either way, that was a pretty fun.
It was a good draft. It was fun to watch. A lot of,
especially just again, Suns fan, seeing them trade down and get both the guys that we wanted.
You missed out though. You weren't watching it live. I mean, we were having a great time on the website fantasysportsaddicts.com. I mean, every time you go to fantasysportsaddicts.com, there's always a great conversation going on, talking about drafts, or doing a draft, or planning a draft, or watching a draft, whatever, right?
Don't sell it up too high.
What?
You're overselling here. Like, oh yeah, you might find one or two addicts making dick and fart jokes and arguing about fucking what's his name?
Danny Espinoza. There's usually like a nightly argument about Danny Espinoza, and it comes to fisticuffs. And we all have to go home, and our wives are like mad at us, right? Like
pretty much.
Honey, are you on that website again?
But that's the thing. The more people there, the more conversations we can have.
That's true. That's why you go to fantasysportsaddicts.com.
Fantasysportsaddicts.com.
Okay.
All right. So now we got some free agents still kind of waiting to see and moving and shaking.
Yeah, there's probably trades still coming too.
Oh, yeah. I mean, again, a lot of these teams are waiting until these free agents sign so they can – then the trade market kind of opens up.
Anybody you want to see change places or –
Whiteside.
Okay, where do you want to see Whiteside?
I don't care anywhere but Miami because I want Miami to crash and burn the next few years so that
Suns pick is
good,
very valuable. Well, I was thinking trade it because it's very valuable.
No, you think so, but you think wrong.
So get that hot rookie that year, right? Yeah.
I mean, again, it depends. Know what it is before you trade it.
Well,
might be valuable assets. I get it, but
well, if you can get the piece that puts you over the top with that pick, you do it. Just saying. It's 2022.
Or you move a fucking pick that was the Lakers pick and get Brandon Knight for it, and now you're trying to trade him again because you're in a bad situation. And if you would have had a draft pick next year that was the Lakers unprotected.
Oh, for the love of fucking dicks!
For actually, someone no, we don't even want.
Didn't it turn into a second round pick after this year?
No.
No, I thought it did. See, all right. I guess I'm confused because I thought we had 2 years of a Laker pick, but like, all right. So if it was this pick or whatever was protected last year, and then this year it was like top 5 protected or something, and then after that it was like just a second round pick. I think it like.
I don't think so. I mean, I know there is some stipulations on that, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter now because we're stuck with Brandon Knight. Woo! Go Suns! Loving the backcourt on that. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, that was a fun draft. That was a lot of trades, a lot of crazy shit. Ryan slept through it and then watched it on DVR later. That was cool.
Hey, I work nights.
Yeah.
But one free agent who I really don't want to go anywhere is Durant.
Yeah. Really? Why is that?
Because the teams that he's talking about going to don't need him.
The Warriors?
It's like Warriors, Spurs, and Thunder. And,
teams you don't want him to be on.
Yeah.
But you want him on the Thunder.
Yeah.
I want him on the Thunder because that makes Red Rocks Dynasty basketball draft really interesting. I think was a 30 team. So based on the rules, you've probably heard about that in our previous podcast. We've
talked about it to death at this point.
Well, I just, if I get that second choice and it's like, do I get Towns or Curry or do I get a crappy team
with Westbrook?
And pair it with like Westbrook and Kyrie, something like that. So kind of interesting.
Dwight Howard, of course, is another one. Mike Conley. Again, Mike Conley, I want to leave. Dwight Howard, we know, is leaving.
Where's he going? New York?
I don't know. I mean, I thought maybe back to Orlando. There was some talk of that, but that was obviously before the Baca trade. New York's a strong possibility.
How do you like New York with
D Rose and Melo and KP? It's good, but it's incomplete.
That Howard?
Howard helps.
Okay.
Yeah, Howard helps a lot.
Takes a lot to go take down LeBron. Because he's just Kermit sipping tea.
Nobody gets your references.
It's his hat.
What hat?
The championship hat that he wore when he got off the plane.
Oh, the LeBron hat?
Yeah, it's Kermit. Kermit the Frog.
I was more interested in his Ultimate Warrior t-shirt.
Yeah, that was a slam on the Warriors.
I know, but
the Kermit sipping tea was like a fuck you. Whatever. It's a meme on the internet.
I like the Ultimate Warrior one.
Yeah, it was good too. They're all good. That was good. Yay, LeBron. All right, so wow. We got a lot of videos coming up.
Woo!
Hey, what happened? We didn't notice there was something conspicuously missing.
We'll talk about that later.
Something was missing. Go back to the beginning of the podcast. What was missing? What did we leave out? What was it? Hey, if you know what was missing and you realize what we left out of this podcast and where we're going with that, tweet us and we'll give you the first shirt we ever print. How about that?
I think Sonic already nailed it.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he? Okay, so Sonic may have already claimed his t-shirt. We're going to make FSA shirts. We got to make FSA shirts.
We'll try to get to it for all dozen of you.
Woot, we still have your trophy. Where are you at? Paging Woot. We need your address, sir.
All right, I'm almost out of beer. That means this podcast is almost done. And then it's almost time for me to go to bed.
Talk about the pie bet. Yeah, you get 3 pies.
We talked about that.
What else do we want to talk about? We're live on set again. What else?
That's about it. I mean, again, this was just kind of quicker. We got videos. We can maybe even do a separate second podcast or at least another one in addition to this a little later on, next couple of days. I don't know.
Okay, so let's boil this one down then. If you're in dynasty drafts or even just fantasy drafts generally for basketball next fall, obviously outside of Simmons and Ingram, who are you looking at?
Well, I mean,
Dunn, Hield, Murray, probably Marquise Chris.
One thing I've kind of learned,
Valentine,
and this goes for like regular NBAs, where centers and bigs tend to bust more than your like shooting guard small forwards.
Yes.
So when it comes to rookies and drafts, I tend to stay clear of them. And also the same thing with these foreign-born players. And
We always steer clear of Euro trash, right?
I mean, because again, for every KP, there's a fucking Jokic.
Yeah, Jokic. Who was that one guy? Remember, he was all crazy.
Darko Milicic.
Yeah, that guy. He was all crazy.
Where took a number 2 overall.
Yeah. Darko Milicic.
I think before fucking Melo.
Wow. Whoops. Whoops. I wonder if some GM lost his job over that. Probably not.
Probably. Are you kidding me?
Well, not over that. If that's what he did, if that's that guy's drafting Milicic, I'm sure he did worse things than that got him fired.
Again,
He just had the leash still attached when he was doing Milicic. I hope Dragon Bender isn't a Milicic oopsie. Hey, at least we got our Marquise Chris. I like that. That's a nice safety net.
Just in case.
I love that. Man, I feel good about that.
And it really didn't cost us shit. I mean, again,
no, it's consolidating your assets.
I was a fan of Bogdan Bogdanovic. I actually was hoping he'd come over to the Suns and play this next year.
Yeah, we didn't need him.
We could use him.
No, we got what we needed. We got our power forwards.
Yeah, I know. I'm not arguing with that. All right. Well, again, I'm tired.
Any questions? We have any questions out there in
it's
YouTube
just
land?
Me and Sonic watching us.
Well, that was a nice live stream talking to Sonic. Sonic, thanks for watching and or listening and participating in the chat on the YouTube page. Hey,
always nice.
You know what you can do to the YouTube page? Hit that donate button. Buy us a beer.
Or go leave us an iTunes review.
We'll give you a shout out at the beginning of the podcast. And just like we did for J Money Smooth.
Yes, we did.
Yep. Brought to you by J Money Smooth, as always, executive producer. Because he hit that donate button on YouTube. Thank you, J Money Smooth. And if you want to hang out with other crazy fantasy addicts like Andrew from Fantasy Aid at Fantasy Aid 1 on Twitter, or James, the Harry Carey fantasy god.
Woo!
Check him out. Great stuff on YouTube. Check out some of these other channels. Meet some of these other fantasy addicts. You can do that on our website, fantasysportsaddicts.com. You can always hit us up on Twitter at letter F, letter S, the word double, letter A, out of SAA. In the meantime, fantasy gods. Ryan's asleep. Please grant him the serenity to wake up and set his ideal lineups. Courage to take a nap aggressively.
Real fast, go pick up Giolito.
Oh, shit, we forgot to talk about that. That's what I meant to talk about.
Well, we're making a video after this.
Courage to add drop Lucas Giolito aggressively.
Not drop.
Add the wisdom to make good trades for Lucas Giolito. All right.
And to know to stash him ahead of time.
Yeah, thankfully, we all stash them ahead of time because we're addicts, not experts.
If you caught the last summer hype video, did I not mention Giolito? Woo!
Did you? I don't know.
I did.
AJ Reed. Woo! Prospects. Summer hype. Hype! All right. We'll see you next week. Or maybe tomorrow.
Woo! All right. Yeah.